It's an age-old question. Why didn't Hannibal march on Rome after he defeated Rome at Cannae in 216 BC? Well, here are 4 good reasons. By the way, I cover this in a recent episode that I've done for my Ancient History Hound podcast about Hannibal in southern Italy, so, you could always go and check that out as well. Anyway, on with those 4 reasons. Firstly, let's consider the genesis of this criticism. It's found in Livy, a Roman historian who I'll come to in a moment, and in it, he says that Hannibal, one of the cavalry commanders, goes up to Hannibal and says, "We've won a great victory, why don't we go and march on Rome now?" And Hannibal says no, and then Hannibal says something along the lines of, "You've won a great victory, but you just don't know how to use it." This seems much more a criticism that Livy is making about Hannibal, as opposed to someone within Hannibal's entourage actually making any kind of criticism about him, because there's so obvious reasons why you wouldn't want to march on Rome, which again, I'll come to in a moment. You've got to remember that Livy's writing for an audience centuries later, so it does 2 things. Firstly, it criticises Hannibal, because after all, he is the bad guy, and it also heightens the drama in the narrative. Remember, this was a history written for an audience. Secondly, logistics. Cannae is 250 miles southeast of Rome, and Hannibal's already gone past Rome. It would therefore be a march of a good few weeks. Logistically, this would be a huge feat. It's been estimated that Hannibal's army would need to consume around 286,000 kilograms of food a day. That's excluding water. So there was simply no way that he was going to make a quick march on Rome. And that rolls into point 3. Even if he had magically appeared outside Rome, he didn't have the sort of forces that he could actually prosecute a siege with. In fact, after Cannae, he travels west, goes past Neapolis, and realises the defences there are simply too big for him. In short, he wasn't someone who ever really laid sieges. He did it at Saguntum in Iberia, didn't go too well. He tried to avoid that. And that moves to my final point. It was never on his to-do list. What Hannibal seems to have tried to do was move into southern Italy and raise a new front there, unpicking those Roman alliances and trying to destabilise Rome.